So I haven't been to USF in a couple years. This is really our last meet until conference. So we have this meet coming up this weekend, and then we have 2 weekends off, and then we head out for conference. Really, we're just trying to make sure everybody's healthy, trying to make sure everybody gets their good marks, so they can get in those good heats and good flights. We feel really confident about our team right now. They've been looking pretty good. Our last meet at UM, everybody did really well. And then this weekend off, I think, was well deserved. We had a Saturday practice there. We threw in a little extra work, but they're in a drop week this week, so they're deloaded a little bit. So they should do really well. I think it's going to line up really well for us. We have this week a competition. Hammer throwers and javelin throwers are going to go up Thursday so that they can compete Friday. And the rest of the team's going to come up Friday so they can compete Saturday. Once that's done, though, we got another 3 weeks there training, and then it's conference. Right now, we probably have about 7 or 8 student athletes qualified for regionals, so we're going to try and see if we can get a couple more here and try and get a few more at conference. But really, this is the dress rehearsal for the conference championship. I know Coach Booth and Coach Felix have making sure that their training lines up now to get a good performance this week and then get an even better performance at conference. So we try not to really overload them too much right now. As the year starts to wind down, we're one of those sports that goes after exams or after the year ends. So, there's a lot on their plate right now. We're just trying to make sure everything lines up with some of the exams that they're doing, and just kind of, we have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, so the year kind of drags on a little longer for them compared to some of our older athletes who've been through it before. So a lot of those freshmen, pretty much every freshman, this is a learning experience to see how that outdoor conference season works, and if you qualify for regionals and see how that season goes. But really, at this point, each week the kind of the process changes. This week, obviously, like we said, just trying to make sure that everybody feels good, feels comfortable, understands what's going to be happening at conference with this USF meet. And then once conference comes up, really it's just about competing and scoring points. It is about just placing as high as you can, not worrying about anything other than just running and throwing and jumping the best you can. And once that happens, obviously the group that makes it to regionals is going to focus on getting to nationals. And whoever gets to nationals is going to focus on maybe trying to win a national title. So, the focus is going to change each week pretty quickly. And for older athletes, I think it's a lot more manageable for them. And our freshmen, pretty much every day from this day forward is a learning experience because there's a new priority every day and a new set of goals. So, but coaching staff feels good, athletes feel good. We just had signing day last week. We've got a few athletes signed up. Very excited about that. So now that kind of the recruiting process has kind of died down a little bit, once we've gotten those signatures, we can start to focus a little bit more back on the current season and making sure that our athletes are good to go. But overall, I think leading up to this point, if those athletes haven't run a time or thrown or jumped what they want yet, they have an opportunity here, and obviously conference. Who's going to be traveling this week is probably going to be our conference roster, so they can get accustomed to that group, that team chemistry. I think our relays we're going to run this week are going to be the ones we're probably going to do at conference, barring an injury. And then overall, it's our last regular season meet, so really just like we said, that tune-up and dress rehearsal for the big one there coming up in about a month.